The original source of the information is a site which does not even provide the contacts. And the photo that, as if presenting the mercenaries who died, was in reality taken in Kharkiv region in 2012. The site Ruskaya Vesna, Russian Spring, who tells that they print only checked information, carried information about the Congress of Russian and Hungarian communities of Transcarpathia and Budapest, who allegedly wanted to address a lot of international organizations and governments so that they recognize the federal society, federal nature of Transcarpathia in Ukraine. Let's see what we see here. Some people who are not named, whose positions are not named, and there are no reasons for them to speak on behalf of Transcarpathian residents. And here's the information, the reply from real leaders of Ruthenian community organizations in Transcarpathia. This is not legitimate, because it does not have our representatives, only those who live abroad. Another activist said that the Congress was created and videoed in order to create an informational fake. You know, this is an information war in order to destabilize situation in our region. We understand that Transcarpathia for everyone represents a huge geopolitical interest, so that they do everything for this. On the 11th of August, the biggest Russian mass media said that the explosion at the Horlivka concern may lead to eco-environmental disaster. I tell you officially, because of the irresponsible actions of Ukrainian army, residents of Ukraine, Russia, and Belarus are daily at the risk of environmental disaster that we cannot even forecast, because the technological disaster in Stirol will lead to a leak of different poisons. He is really a press secretary of the plant Stirol. At the moment of the recording, the plant was seized by militants of the so-called Donetsk People's Republic. And now they say that this video address was recorded, dictated by the militants. Dmitro Firtash, who owns the enterprise, says that the production was stopped and there's no storage of ammonia or explosives on the Stirol plant. On its YouTube channel, there was a amateur video of Vladimir Putin arriving in Sevastopol and talking to people. And joyful exclamations. Russia and Putin are there, but the details of this video says that it wasn't made on the 13th of August this year, because people there are in suits and also some of them are in jackets, whereas on the 13th of August this was the weather was hot. Maybe this recording was made on the 9th of May, because you see the same people in the same clothes there, so we may make a conclusion that this is really the recording from the 9th of May. And later they saw irregularities and took this off the sites.
Ukrainian newspaper announced that in Kyiv region there was Ukrainian flag was taken from a school, and they torn, and it was thrown away. And the publication, they referred to Olya Postarenko, and she said that police were found criminals, and there was one guy from Donbass, and that information went to other news and networks, and there was a lot of views. But all the events in the article, that was just a rumor, and a rumor and nothing else. And Tatiana Zarona had an investigation. The Secretary of Warzel Council, he denounced those rumors, and in the prosecution office where he was invited to. Somebody intentionally distributes rumors, spreads rumors, and somebody is trying to set fines among people. In Vorzel, there is no flag which was taken down in Vorzel. Because of these rumors, people became nervous, and somebody spreads rumors on purpose just to create attention. And we would like to remind that recently in social networks and in Ukrainian media, there were a lot of news about conflicts with ADPs from Donbass, and don't allow to be manipulated. Good afternoon once again. That was our issue 22, and I would like to add about the situation with Ukraine today. We found out. Could you put the logo Ukraine today? It looks like this. This is the one they open on Sunday, August 24. They will also have an English version of it. And they will work for Ukraine, for Russia, and for Europe. And also they would like to work for Ukraine today. There was, as you noticed, that was different because there was a green background, and that looks like Russia today, so don't be deceived. That's something different. Again, that was very easy to show that was a fake about Putin, because the weather was different on that day and people were different, and we found the last video with Putin in Sevastopol, and we found out that was on the 9th of May, and the same Ukraine Today that faked Ukraine Today, they issued one more fake with battles in Luhansk, and they showed that was on May 16. As I understand, we have to see it. And that's a logo, you see. It's a different Ukraine Today, because they made it for Russia Today. And you see there's the full moon, and somebody is saying something. The most unpleasant in this story that video was used by those information media in Luhansk, which usually give true information. Nobody checked it, but that was on July 14, and anyone who was interested in the full moon, there was no full moon on August 16. They could not observe it, but the video says that was on July 14. That could be only in August. Also, about other facts with a Polish company, that was very simple, because that was a stereotypic scenario. They love to do it in Russia, to create fakes to support the mercenaries in Ukraine. And that company, it was very easy to find out that that company doesn't work already for a year, since the owner became the Minister of Interior in Poland. So they used the name of a dead company, and it's not easy even to find that fake company, though that company never dealt with anything related to military industry. And about Russians in Transcarpathia, you had the comments. as to Vorzel and the situation with the IDPs. But people who spread that fake, they used the rumors, and they didn't have any evidence except one comment on which all that was built, and the journalist had video evidence. Two more fakes. We didn't include them into the issue because media, they corrected. This is one of them on the left. We see TV channel Dosh, Russian. They told that this picture illustrates a humanitarian cargo from Russia. But we see that on the right, that's a picture from July. That is Ukrainian humanitarian assistance for those regions, and that is for Slovyansk. So they used that picture in Dosh, and they told that it was so Dosh channel, which we take as not pro-Kremlin media, but anyways, they also spread photo fakes. And on the left, that was so recently. That's Russian center of UN News, and we believe that they forgot how our president looks like. So now they have just a Ukrainian flag there. They decided not to offend anyone, but we made a screen in time, so they took it away, and we thank them for that. So these are the main fakes. These are photo fakes and video fakes, but recently we observed that there is less and less of fakes, and probably because people started to notice fakes, and we have a special article dedicated to that, how to stop fakes and how not to spread them. And also we have a special page, thoughts and opinions, and we give articles from other medias. And there is from one media we took photo fakes and with descriptions in English, like we use that for Deutsch channel. That's a very good resource. So these are the main points, and I will be happy to answer your questions if you have any. I have a question. What about quality of these fakes? How can you assess the quality? When there were a lot of fakes, we could assume that they were poor quality. What about now? It's difficult to judge because we have an impression that some of them look like they were like in such and such a brigade. They were planning a terrorist attack. But it's how can you deal with that? Because the only thing we can say, no, they were not planning a terrorist attack. But it's not a denouncement of Russian readers. So some of them are very difficult to denounce. And sometimes we have a joke that probably fake producers went for vacations because we observed that it's pretty quiet. Earlier, there were a lot of speculations, a lot of fakes, but now active. There are a lot of. There was a convoy, and there was some fakes, and there is Russian ammunition. So we have lots of fakes. Maybe it's because like a quiet period before a storm. Are there fakes, Russian fakes abroad? Foreign media, recently, we don't see that very often, but there was several times that they, but that was as a result of fakes in Russian media. It's like an old story with Guardian who spread fake just because of the statement, based on the statement of Ria Razovsky, which was developed in Russian social media. And in the Spiegel, there was gave pictures which were not adequate. But that was a long time ago. That was during the beginning of Maidan. Because at that time Russian media provided information to them. Now we see less of that, especially after MH17 was shut down, and a lot of media shows clearly now who Putin is and show their attitude to that, especially after MH17. British journalists approached us and they asked us about how to guess voice of mercenaries and how to decide whether those phone calls that were taped by SBU, how to tell when they are original or not. So now Western media is much better in dealing with fakes. Thank you very much for your work, and we will be happy to see you again here. Our next briefing will be at 5.